Seems like it was 2 games out there today. That was long. That was a long time, boy. But a hard-fought win by our kids. Our defense got off to a rough start early. They were max protected and throwing the ball down the field. Made some good adjustments. Offensively, went about like we thought it would go. They're really good on defense. They're not going to let you run the football. They're just not going to let you do it. They're going to make you throw the football to beat them. We knew it'd be a game of big plays, and it was big negative plays and big positive plays as well. So we're really proud of that. Special teams, we were steady. We never had to play, show up like we've been having the last week. It was more of a steady game, but really good to see all 3 phases show up and a good win against, I told y'all, they're a good football team, and it's amazing they're 1-7, whatever their record is. I would hate to have to make a living trying to beat those guys every Saturday.
Jeff, did you guys know you'd have to make big plays? It seemed like that you guys are going down the field a little bit more than usual tonight.
Yeah, we knew. They make you. Those are the calls they made you do, and we just had to do it. And our kids showed up. Sometimes it looks spectacular, and sometimes it looks really ugly. But when you play a team that aggressive, that's the way that's going. That's the style. And if you look at them in the metrics, they're as low as 3 in some metrics, and as high as 22, 25 on how good their defense is in the country. And they played a very good schedule too. So for us to put 41 points on those guys was really amazing.
What was the key to Josh Cephas getting loose for those 2 games the way he did, and what did it mean to see him have so much success after the catch as well?
I mean, if you'll go back and watch Tyke Kellogg blocking down the field, turn up, body up, baby. Turn up, body up. And it was really good to see a kid like Tyke. He wasn't getting all the the attention, but he was like, follow me, big boy. And obviously Josh and Frank put good balls, but there's just a lot more to that stuff. No run like that ever is without a lot of help from a lot of people. So really proud of Tyke for the blocking for Josh.
You had Cephas caught a school record 84-yard touchdown pass. What did that do for you guys in that moment?
I was apologizing to Coach Lett because I told him it was going to be that way the whole game. Like, it's not going to be like normal. It's not going to be one of those games where y'all get to sit over there and drink Kool-Aid the whole game. Y'all going to have to be out there a bunch. And we either scored really quick, or we turned it over really quick once, or we punted really quick. And I know it's an exciting game to watch when it works, and it's a frustrating game to watch when it doesn't work.
We talked a lot this week about the don't eat the cheese messaging. Did you feel like the mentality coming out today was where you wanted it? How did you assess the way all that landed?
Yeah, we were fine. We played hard. I've always believed there's only so many special games, and I thought we gave a special game last weekend. And I know nobody likes to hear that. You're supposed to treat them all the same. We try to. We really try to make every one of them be the same. But I knew we emptied our tank in Boca last week.
Jeff, the defense almost pitched a second half shutout all the way to the last minute of the game. They're pretty good after the first quarter. What was the key to the defensive effort after the first quarter?
It's always players, and Coach Lett did a good job making some adjustments, and we quit bringing some pressures because they were max protecting and throwing the ball down the football field, and if you can't get home, you quit sending people. So we let our guys go to work up front. We play so many people. We knew it was going to be a long game. I'd already told our defense the amount of possessions is going to probably be 4 more than normal. So you got to be more people ready to go. We also got the injury bug tonight. We had a lot of kids we had a targeting penalty. We had had an unfortunate ejection there at the end of the game, which I hated the way that thing looked. But T. Haynes has started for me for 4 years. I can't wait to go back and see what caused him to overreact the way he did. It doesn't matter. He shouldn't react that way. But we just had a lot of players out, and it'll be an interesting room, the whole training room. I'm sure Greg will be ready to roll Tuesday, wanting to know the whole injury list so we can tell North Texas everything.
Jeff, you guys have won 4 games in a row. How does it feel to be on this winning streak?
Is it 4? Yeah, this one should count for 2 because it was a long one. Yeah, we're excited, man. It's hard to do, man. It's hard to win college football games. There's nobody on the schedule that you can just circle up. And Care Bear and I had a knockdown drag out this week just because, she just 18-point favorite. We're going to kill these guys. I'm like, no, we're not. It's not going to happen. You always say that. Like, no, stop. I don't want to hear it. So it's tough because people, all that nonsense, and those guys over there trying to feed their families too. Those kids want to win too now. They're a proud university. They've been playing good football for a long time over there. That guy's a really good football coach. He's won over 100 games as a college football coach. He won a bunch of them as a high school coach. So Mike does a fantastic job. That's a really proud program, and I feel bad for him. He got rated on transfers. He got rated. I feel bad for him after spring too. So he didn't get really a chance to adjust. When you lose one to the portal after spring, you can't fix it. It's too late. At least if they go in December, you got something to do in January to May. So I feel bad for him.
Jeff, I wanted to ask you your reaction to the student fee vote that was announced yesterday. They voted that down. What was your reaction when you saw that?
My answer is going to be longer than the game was, so be ready, right? You know, I've thought long and hard about that. I really have. And here's where I am. One, never mistake a comma for a period. This is a pause. This is not a stop, right? This is something that we're momentarily dealing with, right? I'm grateful that I live in America where you're allowed to vote. I mean, you're allowed to vote. I'm grateful I work for an administration that lets the students vote and speak their piece. Even though I'm not pleased with the result, I'm still grateful that we have that opportunity. And I've been through this, and nobody cares to hear it, but I can remember how Mr. Albritton felt at Gilmer. We lost 2 school bonds for high schools that we needed desperately. I'm talking about kids getting leaked on, rain. You know, it was terrible. And that community just kept working and kept working. And now, 3rd time's the charm. We passed that bond. We have one of the most beautiful high schools in the entire country. I don't care where you go. There's not a better high school in the country than Gilmer. And it was work. It was a lot of people just rolling their sleeves up, listening, talking, understanding each other, doing a better job of being empathetic towards both sides. And so now there's a beautiful high school. One day there's going to be an indoor. But we got lucky this week because of the weather. We got to come in here. We can't come in here next week. The floor is not going to be down. So it's going to be bad weather next week. North Texas is going to be working in their indoor next week. Where are we going to be? In the rain, I guess. One day that thing's going to be built. One day Pat's going to have that baseball field. One day Karen's going to have that practice facility. Just like we got the soccer thing done, just like we got the football thing done. It's all going to happen. It's a comma. It ain't a period. We got to go to work. We got to figure out what that is, and we got to get it done. So I'm grateful. We all learned something, and we're going to bounce back from it. As long as I've been here, somebody in this city has stepped up. Dr. Compost will spank me for saying this, but you know, I overspent on recruiting last year. I promised her somebody would do it, and we did. We had a booster step up and took care of it, and somehow we'll figure it out. Whatever that looks like, we'll figure it out. This place got hired December 9, 2019. Somebody can't do anything but give us a like on Twitter. Some people can write big checks. Some people can give a little. And we got all that in San Antonio. We got all that. And we'll get it figured out again.
Jeff, we spent most of your first 3 years here talking about all the dramatic finishes and different things that played out at the end of the games. Is it a little bit nicer as a coach the last 3 weeks? You've had a little bit of a cushion there towards the end.
Yeah, in my journal, I wrote down I was going to enjoy if I ever got that opportunity again. And I've tried my hardest, but it's impossible. I'm out there, and we're out of people to put in the game, and Liggins is still out there, and B-Matt's still out there, and Trevor's still out there, and I saw Kyle get hurt, and I'm just like, good Lord, there's never a time where you can just like enjoy it and until the season's over and you win your bowl, and I ain't got to do that yet. So I don't know, Greg. I'm trying to be better at it, but I'm really grateful for the month of October because September wasn't so good. And the Roadrunners have been really good in November, except for one time, and we're going there Saturday.
What does it say about the way the team's playing right now that you've been able to build those cushions a few weeks in a row and at least kind of have that success?
We're getting better. We're getting better. We're a better football team today than we were yesterday. Now, we took quite a few injuries tonight, so we'll have to realign some folks, and that always slows down the progress a little bit, but nobody's healthy this time of year. And these are really real games start. You know, that's why November games to remember. You don't forget. You never remember those games in September and October. Every game we talk about in this room right now, it was somebody in November. And I'm excited to go into November with a really good football team.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Thank y'all. God bless. Birds up.